Hello everyone, my name is Keely. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today we are going to talk about the longest books that are on my physical TBR. If you don't know, TBR is to be read, which you probably already know if you're watching booktube. But we're going to talk about the 10 longest books that I have on my TBR. So I'm one of those people that my sweet spot is 300 to 400 pages. I am not a huge fantasy girl. I am not a long book girl just because they intimidate me, and I always tell myself, oh, in the amount of time it takes me to read an 800-page book, I could read like 2 or 3 books. Which I really need to get out of that mindset because there are so many great books out there that are very long. So yeah, we're gonna start at like the shortest on this list and work our way up to the absolute longest book that I own. So coming in at number 10 on this list is Ghosts of the Shadow Market by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, Maureen Johnson, Kelly Link, and Robin Wasserman. Now, this is a collection of short stories in the Shadowhunter world. I really love the Shadowhunters. I am severely behind because the newer books have gotten a lot longer, and as this list can attest, I am scared of long books. I am currently in the middle of the Dark Artifices trilogy, which I am also not really enjoying. It is definitely my least favorite of all the Shadowhunter books so far, and so that has definitely stopped me from continuing. I definitely am still planning on reading every Cassandra Clare book out there. This is one that I think I will really enjoy though, because I have loved every short story collection in this world so far. I know that I will get to it, but yes, this is number 10 on the list at 617 pages. Coming in at number 9, we have A Conjuring of Lie by V.E. Schwab. This is actually book 3 in this trilogy, and I haven't started the trilogy, so it will be some time before I actually get to this one. I have read a few things from V.E. Schwab before, and I have loved everything that I read, so I really do think that I will read this and love it. But once again, it is a fantasy series, and I have realized this year I am not a big fantasy girl, and so that is another reason why a lot of these books on this list have not been read, is because 1, they're big, and 2, they're fantasy. Fantasy books just tend to be bigger. All I know about this world is that there are different Londons, and I'm pretty sure there's magic involved. There's like a red London, a gray London. That's all I know. I love London, so I have high hopes for this one just because I have loved the author's work previously, but this one has 624 pages. Coming in at number 8, and just slightly bigger than the previous one, is A Chord of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Now, this one I do not have high hopes for. I have not started this series. I am planning on doing individual vlogs for each book in this series because it is very popular, but this is a fae series, and if you know me, I hate the fae, and generally when the fae are introduced into any book series, my enjoyment immediately plummets, so I don't have high hopes, but I still want to read them even though I don't think I'll like them, just because FOMO is a thing and I don't want to feel left out. But yes, this one is pretty big. This one is 626 pages. Hopefully I enjoy it, but I don't know. I have read Sarah J. Maas before, and I have mixed feelings because I love some of her books and I hate some of her books. So we'll see, but I don't have high hopes, but I'm still gonna read it. Coming in at number 7, I have The Last Ever After by Saman Chinani. This is book 3 in the School from Good and Evil series, and I am actually not very intimidated by this one because it is middle grade. I'm actually planning on picking up the first book next month before the Netflix show comes out because I don't know exactly when it comes out, but I know it comes out soon. So from what I know about the series is we follow 2 girls, and in this world there is a school for good and a school for evil. And these girls have grown up their entire lives knowing which school they belong to, and when they get to the day where they go to the school, they actually go to the opposite school they think they are going to. I love middle grade. This one just sounds so fun. It sounds so magical and whimsical. So despite this one being 655 pages, it is not as intimidating to me because I just feel like I'll fly through it. Coming in at number 6 on this list is Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. This is book 6 in the Throne of Glass series. I recently read book 5 in this series, and so I will continue, but I am not looking forward to it because you'll see in my wrap-up how I felt about Empire of Storms, but this one I am actually okay with reading because Kale's actually my favorite character. Unpopular opinion, Kale above the rest. He is superior, love him, and this book is all about Kale, and so I think that I will like it better than the previous books that I have read because it is Kale and he's the best. So this one is actually 660 pages, so it is a little bit longer, but Sarah J Maas's later books in the Throne of Glass series, they get bigger with like each book. So I don't know, 660 pages of kale sounds like everything I want, so hopefully I love it. Alright, we are down to the final 5 of the longest books on my TBR. So in 5th place, we have A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. This is book 3 in the ACOTAR series. So we have 2 ACOTAR books on this list, which makes me even less excited for this. But this one actually looks shorter, but it is longer because I'm pretty sure the pages are extremely thin. So this one has broken the 700 page barrier at 705 pages. Yes, so once again, Faye, not excited, and the fact that these are long books and fantasy, it's just kind of everything I don't like. So if I actually enjoy these books, it'll be a miracle and you will witness it. So I'm hoping I do. I always go into a book hoping I'll enjoy it, so maybe because my expectations are so low that I will be pleasantly surprised. So between positions 5 and 4, we had a massive jump in page count, and position 4 goes to The Prior of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Now I am having to hold this up with 2 hands because it is massive. This one comes in at 848 pages. It jumped up in page count by a lot. So this is actually a standalone fantasy, which makes me more excited because if I get through this one, I don't have more like chunkers to get through. I know that there are dragons involved, and I love dragons, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't know why I bought this, but I bought it years ago, like when I thought I was a fantasy girl. So I'm still planning on reading it because, once again, FOMO, and I'm hoping that one day I'll find that book that I'm like, yes, fantasy. But we'll see. Let me know what you think of this one. Coming in at number 3, we have Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. This is book 3 in the Dark Artifices trilogy. As I have mentioned previously in this video, I'm currently in the middle of the Dark Artifices trilogy. Now, book 2 was my least favorite Cassandra Clare book of all time, and since this is the 3rd one, I don't have high hopes for it. But I want to finish it so I can just be done with this trilogy and move on to books that I think that I will enjoy more in the Shadowhunter world. I was very disappointed. I never thought that I would dislike a book from her, but book 2 was just not it for me, and I know that book 3 is going to be even worse because the thing that I didn't like in book 2 is more prominent in book 3. So we will see how I feel. I would love to get to it this year, but I just feel like I'm going to keep putting it off and off. So definitely next year at the latest. But this one comes in at just under 900 pages at 893 pages. It's so big. And number 2 on this list is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas. Now this is the final book in the Throne of Glass series. I've been reading this series for so long and I am so excited to finally finish it, especially because I am no longer enjoying it. But yes, this is definitely the biggest book in the series at just under 1,000 pages. It is 984 pages. Sarah, I am tired. I'm tired. And coming in at number 1 on this list, the longest book that I own on my physical TBR is It by Stephen King. This one is clearly massive, but I am very, very excited to read it. So this one has 1,116 pages, and it is actually my favorite horror movie. The newer versions, part 1 and part 2, they are my favorite horror movies of all time. I absolutely love them. I could write an entire paper on the casting of those movies. Chef's kiss. But I am still scared because this one is over 1,000 pages, and as my track record presents, over 1,000 page Stephen King books take me forever to read. But I'm hoping this one goes by quickly, and I just need to tell myself to sit down and read it and not put it down, not read other books in between. I just need to sit down and read this no matter how long it takes me. But I am looking forward to it. It is about a killer clown that appears every 27 years. I am just really excited. I have loved Stephen King books in the past, and I'm currently reading his books in publication order, so I think it will be some time before I get to this one. But yes, this is the longest book on my TBR. Now, I do have an honorable mention for this list, actually, and it is The Stand by Stephen King. So this one is actually longer than it. This is 1,153 pages, but the reason it is not officially on my longest TBR is because I am already 650 pages through, so I am currently reading this one, and as I stated previously when I was talking about it, I talked about long Stephen King books taking me forever to read. So I have been reading this book since July 2021, and it is currently August 2022, so it has been over a year, and I know that I could just knock it out if I sat down and read it, but I keep putting it down. So yes, I have like 500 pages left of this, so it's an honorable mention. Hopefully I finish it one day. So those are the 10 longest books that I have on my physical TBR. I am very scared and intimidated to get to them, so please convince me to read them. Let me know if you have read any on this list. And if you're also intimidated by long books, or if you prefer 800-page books, let me know. But that is it for this video. If you have made it this far, thank you, first of all, but I would love to know if you are still here. Please leave the strawberry emoji to let me know that you enjoyed this video and that you're still here. And if you feel so inclined, please subscribe and hit that like button, because it really helps me out with my channel, especially since I am newer and I am still trying to grow. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, all my social media links will be down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!